What do you think should be done with vacant properties in the district? There's a lot of really positive growth on Divisadero, but there's also some lagging properties. So what do you think should be done to kind of motivate or inspire development in those properties? And what's your position specifically on the ongoing discussions involving the Harding Theater? This goes to Christina Olague, Julian Davis, London Breed.
Again, the Harding Theater is one of those issues that I'm all too familiar with. I first heard this when I was a member of the Planning Commission, and I don't even want to go into the history because it's just way too long, but if anyone wants to talk to me about the history of the Harding Theater, call me. I'll stick around a little bit afterwards. I hope you have about 3 or 4 hours to just
all night.
It may take just that amount of time. It's, I think at this point, we've been seeing it going through a lot of, it's just been sitting there, blighting the community for way too long. I believe that the vision that people have for it is a very good vision, but at this point, I think what's really critical is that some development happen at that site. So I have listened to the community, I have talked to the developer, the owner of that site, and I support I support something going in. The last project that was proposed for that site was a mixture of housing, condominiums, and in the front some community space that would include theater and other spaces that would be made available to the community. So I'm encouraging the developer to work with the community. He said he's willing to work with the community to try to realize a vision for that site. So I support something going in there. I believe we're moving towards a positive vision and use for that site.
Hi, London Breed. I believe that vacant properties are unfortunately a sad source of blight in many of our communities, including both the Western Addition and the Divisadero. The Muni substation is a source of blight. It's clear the Harding Theater is a source of blight. And so we have to make sure that when addressing these issues that we come together as a community and provide productive ways in which we can make the decisions to do something about these properties. And I know that it's not easy, but it takes strong leadership. It takes someone who will bring members of the community together with property owners to come up with real solutions that make sense for the people most impacted by these particular areas of blight. And so I will be that leader to bring those two groups together to come up with solutions, especially with regards to the Muni substation and the Harding Theater. I'm looking forward to seeing those places be the places that they need to be for our district. And I think that many of us would enjoy spending a day at the Harding Theater watching a film or doing something productive there. The African American Art and Culture Complex was falling apart and was almost lost to the community, on the verge of being a similar source of blight. And the work that I did there by raising the money by over $2.5 million to renovate the space, the work that I've done there with the community has made it a community asset. So I know what it takes. It takes community, it takes small businesses, it takes people coming together to make great things happen in our community, and I'm prepared to do that as supervisor.
Julian Davis again. Actually, when it comes to vacancies in general, let me address that issue first. I have some experience here. I was executive director of a economic development nonprofit that worked with small business owners to help realize their dreams of opening up shop in San Francisco. So I worked directly with landlords who had vacant spaces, who sometimes were keeping it off the market for reasons of maybe waiting for the economy to turn around or the next redevelopment area to come through. I think it's an issue when we have spaces like the Harding Theater, but also residential spaces and other commercial spaces on our corridor that landlords are leaving fallow. And I would like to see some active leadership. I will provide it at City Hall in working in partnership with landlords and with folks who have visions for spaces. I think the city can also do a lot through our small business department and commission. To provide the kind of support and linkage between landlords and folks with a vision for space to help folks open up spaces, open up businesses, fulfill an entrepreneurial vision. With regard to the Harding, I want to first of all, just acknowledge there's some folks in the room here tonight that have been working with neighbors developing Divisadero and with the Harding Hive. I think the envisioning that's gone in and the way the community has come together to try and think about using that space creatively as an art space and as a space that can come back alive again is absolutely fantastic. We should be working as a community with the landowner to make the Harding Theater come back to life. Not a big fan of condos there. I would like to see it as a space that can be a community space, an art space again. There's some historic preservation issues as well that I think should be respected. Thank you.
Okay, and just a reminder to everyone,